Okay, welcome everybody. I am SOS, your host, and I am bringing you my very first Civilization 5 Let's Play. I'm doing it today with a very special mod, the Vanilla Enhanced mod. Now, those of you already familiar with this mod, you can just go ahead and skip to the game. I'll leave you a link where you can start the viewing. For those of you not familiar with this mod, this is brought to you by a very special man. And I really hope I'm not mispronouncing his name, Thalassicus. So what is the Vanilla Enhanced mod? The Vanilla Enhanced mod is two things. It is the Civ 5 unofficial patch and, of course, the Vanilla Enhanced mod. The unofficial patch unofficially patches the game and fixes a lot of really glaring oversights on Firaxis's part that are still part of our game today. The best example I can think of would be if you take a unit like the Keshik from the Mongols' unique unit, and you give it a few upgrades. You give it some open terrain bonuses, etc. Upon upgrading this unit into a cavalry, it loses all of its promotions because its promotions are in the ranged class, so that as a Keshik it receives a ranged attack bonus against units, and when you upgrade it, it keeps the ranged attack bonuses, but it becomes a melee unit, so its upgrades are basically useless. It fixes a few other things, which we'll talk about as we play. And then we have the Vanilla Enhanced mod, and the Vanilla Enhanced mod basically sets out to rebalance the game in such a way that you have more than one economic option available to you as a player. In the vanilla game, basically you farm your lowland tiles, you mine your hills, and your city works these tiles, and that's how you play the game. In the Enhanced mod, you can continue with this style of gameplay, or you can pursue a great, more of a specialist-focused gameplay where specialists have been made slightly more powerful through changes in the policy tree and the addition of specialist slots onto certain buildings, so that your economy basically runs off using a lot of specialists. Which in turn generates more great people, and that's how it works. We also have the gold economy, where you focus heavily on trading posts and gold improvements and policies that will improve your gold output. And you basically work your economy in such a way that you can purchase buildings and units, and you don't have to worry as much about raw production. I really love these features. It really opens up a lot of options to the player. You know, if you get a start with lots of lowland, not a lot of production, no problem. Just go into either a food economy and use some specialists, or just jump right into a gold economy and take it from there. So let's get into the game. Oh, I just want to talk about how to actually get this mod. We're in the mod menu here. You go to the online options. The Vanilla Enhanced mod will be right at the top of the page right here. Download it, go to your installed. There will be an option to install the mod here. After finishing this, you can then click enable here, this green checkbox. Go back and notice how we're in the mods menu, and we're going to start our single player game from here. Today I will be playing Elizabeth. I think this really showcases a lot of the improvements made to coastal cities in this mod, and hopefully we can get it into the commerce tree, and I can show you some pretty interesting things from there. So let's go ahead and pick England, and I will be playing the Continents Plus map script. This is something that you need to purchase. It's the Explorer's map pack. Doesn't really come with too much except for this map script, and this map script is simply amazing, especially in coordination with the mod. I will be playing on Emperor difficulty, which in the mod is more or less equal to the the Immortal difficulty in the vanilla game. I can beat this difficulty pretty much every time I play it. I could bump it up to Immortal and give a maybe slightly more entertaining video, but at the same time I cannot guarantee I would win that game. So everything we keep standard, Continents Plus standard, and we will be disabling these things, and yeah, we're good to go. Let's start the game.
small island. For
Okay,
many
so
years, your people dominated the world
here we have
stage.
England. We get
Their
+2 movement on
matchless
water,
navy,
plus
brilliant
15 experience for
artists,
naval
and
units.
shrewd
This
merchants,
is
giving
really
them
great,
power and
especially on a
influence
continent's
far in
style
excess of
map,
their mere
where our
numbers.
first trireme we can
Queen
put out,
Elizabeth,
we can automatically
will you
just give
bring
it the
about a
+1
new
site
golden age for the English people?
promotion
They
and
look
really
to
help
you
us scouting a
once
lot.
more to return peace and
Longwoman
prosperity
is an
to the
amazing
Will
unit.
you take
If
up
you see
the
here,
mantle of greatness?
we have a range of
Can
3,
you build a civilization
and
that
it comes
will
with
stand
the
test of time?
indirect fire promotion, which means I can fire over any kind of obstacle as long as I have sight of the unit I'm firing on. Now the drawback to Longwoman is that it has 1 less sight than normal crossbowmen, so we're going to need to use units that can spot for this to help us really make these work. And then we have the steam mill, which is a unique workshop. We said it gives +1 production on luxury resources and +1 gold on luxury resources, in addition to the standard +2 production and +15% for buildings. The really kind of also unique part of this building is that with a workshop, the workshop cannot be built in cities on a hill, whereas the steam mill can be built in any city. So let's take a look. This is a pretty nice start. Coastal, obviously, England is basically going to guarantee us a coastal start every time. Where are we going to go with this settler? That's the question. This hill intrigues me. We would be off the river. Let's go ahead and move this way. And we'll just... I don't know which tile will give us more view. I believe it's probably about the same, so let's go here. Alright, so we'll pick up a fish by moving to this hill. Lose the river tile, we'll keep these hills. Gosh. This is where my game just slows down. I just become so indecisive sometimes with these kinds of decisions. Oh, let's go for it. I'm a sucker for a hill start, what can I say? Now let's take a quick peek. What's down here? Okay. And we'll plant the city. Alright. So, to start, we'll be going scout, although... No, okay, scout. And let's get into our research. Probably just going to go for these resources right here. Alright. Okay, so here's some tundra. Looks like we're at the bottom of the map. Oh, before I forget, the CiV 5 unofficial patch. Let's take a look. Here we have the progress to our nearest great person. If I start building a scientist here, this will change to display a great scientist, and will give us how many turns until that scientist comes. We have how many turns until our policy comes, which is a much cleaner view than in the normal game. Here we have this really nice feature that will display our luxury resources, and this 0 will change to a 1 when we acquire a surplus, and so we can know, okay, let's go trade this and make some cash. And the other really great feature is the culture bar here. We can see we have 14 turns until our borders expand. These really just kind of enhance the ease of gameplay. And they're just really nice features. I cannot actually imagine playing without them, to be honest. Alright, let's see what we get. 30 culture. Alright. We notice that our first policy usually takes a little bit longer than in the vanilla game, and this is actually a nice feature in that it really lets us explore our land a bit more before having to make a decision into what kind of tree we want to pursue. I assume we're working this Wales tile, but I probably should have checked that. Yeah, alright. That's good. Not terribly interested in exploring tundra at the moment, but let's do it. Alright. I'll probably just work on taking him out a little bit. The most recent patch, which I'm playing right now, has just fixed the problem with where basically in any mod you play in this game, you have to disable quick combat. I don't know why that was. It was just some kind of weird Firaxis-induced issue that the programmer for this mod has managed to find a way around, which is amazing. Alright, so we have some growth, scout in 1, healing. Oh, yes, our units have 20 hit points. The strength for the unit's attacks, etc., have been increased accordingly. So it's basically like playing the same system, except that you have slightly more survivability and more maneuverability. Let's get a worker. I'll take another shot. Get some XP. And let's continue their turn. That culture rune was nice, except I really haven't seen much of our land, and I don't know what we're going to want to be doing. 8. Let's heal a turn. Camp, runes. So this policy we're going to get in 2 turns is going to be dicey. 70 gold. Wouldn't have minded a map, to be honest. Usually not a huge fan, but that would have been nice. Yep. Oof, that is close. God, we took 7 damage from that.
Shall the clay
Pottery. Let's seal a turn there, thank you. Some ivory. And I said I was going to go calendar. Let's go calendar. Will give us a stoneworks, so if we get this mason improved, that would be nice. Or this stone improved, that would be nice. Here's a city-state. Edinburgh? Yes. 30 gold. Cool. Our policy. Let's skip that for a moment. I'm at the city-state, and... Oh, he's got a barb spawn behind him. Yeah, let's keep healing. So, our policy. Not seeing a lot of really settleable land at this point, so I'm gonna probably just go with tradition here. Give us +3 culture in the capital, and the growth bonus is really nice. We'll start down this path. We'll see what happens. If it turns out that I need to switch into Liberty, that is an option. Oh, and this is the end of the video, so I hope you all enjoyed yourselves, and I will see you in the next one.